Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina. We're on Lake Taneycomo, Branson, Missouri. We're going to do one cast. Today it's Friday the 28th of March. Saturday. Gonna say, for a Saturday, the last Saturday of March, this is pretty crazy. Not to see hardly any boats. Saw one when I pulled out. They're still running 20,000 CFS. The wind is out of the west. Still blowing pretty good. I've waited till 7 o'clock this evening to do one cast because it just, the wind's been so tough. I came down here a little bit ago and fished and caught a few, but the wind was just whipping too much. Go down here below Cooper Creek and start on the far bank. Got some campers up at Cooper Creek and some people on the dock fishing. Dock fishing is very, very tough, isn't it, Jackson? A lot of water. The wind's a lot better than it was. I'll put it that way. I'm gonna pull in right here and start. Oh, there's a waterfall down here that kind of marks this area. Comes out of College of the Ozarks. And there's a little slow water right there that I like to fish. I have an 1/8 ounce white bucktail on. It's a bucktail jig. Tied it up today. We're messing around with some bucktails. Thinking about crappie fishing and white bass fishing. My old buddy Vince Elfrink, he was a big bucktail guy. Loved fishing bucktails for white bass and for crappie. And I caught some fish on this bucktail. Now, when you tie bucktail, you tie it really sparse. They're made of deer tail, fibers, hair, whatever. They're real stiff. A lot of people make the mistake of tying too much material on the jig. You just want to use a little bit, just to make it real sparse. Now hopefully I'm not going to lose my bucktail. There's a lot of wood in this, on this bank. But it's out of the water, it's under the water. It's pretty deep with this much water running. I'm gonna stay away from the bank too. Yeah, the wind's much nicer now. We had some rain this morning, not much rain at all. It just didn't rain. It rained 2 or 3 times, but it always blew through pretty quick. Dwayne had a trip and his guys caught some really nice fish, nice browns. We had 2 other guys fishing out of one of our John boats today. They caught some nice browns. They caught nice browns yesterday. Dragging that little 639 or whatever that is. It's a little stick bait. Just put it, use a Carolina rig, drag it on the bottom, bump it on the bottom. And also, Dwayne, their clients caught their fish on throwing one of Dwayne's stick baits. I think 24-inch brown was the biggest. Several browns over 20 today and yesterday. I was fishing this bucktail and caught a 19-inch brown just down here. And then Blake had his buddies out. He just came in and he said that dragging that little bait, that little hard bait, just below Fall Creek, they hung a brown and they had it to the boat and had the net on it, and it actually swam out of the net and lost it. He said it was pushing 30 inches. Big brown. So today is a crazy day for browns. The day's not over though. This is really the first time I came down here and fished this water since they started running so much. The 20,000 CFS. And I'm using white because I know these fish down here, they've seen shad. It's been a while. We did have a hard west wind. It's still coming out of the west. Blake said it was just coming over the dam straight down on him. And he said he didn't see any shad, but it's our belief, my belief, that you get a strong west wind and it'll push those shad on Table Rock right up to the dam face. We might see a big push of threadfin shad this evening or tonight. Bottom. Now this, I'm sure, I don't know a whole lot about bucktails. We're just kind of playing with them a little bit, but the material, it doesn't breathe and move like marabou does. The fibers on this jig are a lot longer too than my marabou jigs. So I don't know, those two casts, I think I might have a bite, but they could be grabbing the tail. Starting to get that wind. It's getting cold. I'm coming down to about where I caught hooked the brown about an hour ago. I'm probably working this a little too fast. There's a fish. Looks like a little rainbow. You know, I've been thinking, people have asked me, and I've been thinking there's going to be a lot of trout in the lake here in another month if we don't get a reprieve from our lockdown. They're going to still stock fish, just like you're here, you know, here to fish for them and take them out and eat them. They can't hold those fish because you hold the fish, they got to feed them. And, you know, they don't have a budget to hold fish and feed them, so they're just going to keep right on stocking. rainbows in the lake. So come this summer, there's going to be a whole lot of fish in this lake. Come on, see if I can catch another brown out of this spot. It's a little cove right here. A little dead water. Try one more cast in here. A lot of stuff in the water. That wind's really knocked off a bunch of stuff out of the trees today. Those browns were caught really between the dam and Short Creek. I think the biggest one was caught at Short Creek. And the biggest one was caught on one of Dwayne's stick baits, 24-inch brown. There is a log right in here. So I'm going to reel in and wait a second, because I don't want to catch it. That was bottom. Coming up on the first slough. I actually fished up in the second slough a little ways. I thought maybe there'd be some warm water fish looking to get out of the current. Crappie, bass. Didn't catch anything. Kind of fishing that seam where that water's kind of turning and where the current hits that still water. Come on, wind. The wind really picked up after it stopped raining. The front was going through. Someone might ask me if we're going to start selling bucktail jigs. The answer is no. At least not right now. We've got our plate full with what we've got. But I have a neat idea. I mean, you can catch trout on them just as good as marabou, I'd think. I don't know. That's why we were going to fish them for a while, just to see if they were any different. It's not as good now as it was earlier in the wind. Back out a little bit. Now I'm going to fish down. We'll pass this slough, second slough, and call it an evening. I'd like to cook another big brown. A couple more casts. Thought about going up on that bank right there and look for some morel mushrooms. I bet you there's some on that. Some up there. I've heard people are starting to find them. One more cast. This water really is nice. It's not real fast at all. What I need to do is come down here and fish it more, just to kind of get a feel for the current and the depth. So I think I'm not fishing deep enough. Okay, the wind's getting tough again. All right, thanks for watching. We'll try and get it again tomorrow. Dwayne and Ryan will probably get her done. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.